How to shop for your shape is designer Sacha Drake. Good morning to you, Sacha.
Hi, Sacha.
Welcome.
Good morning.
What's the first thing you should do when looking for clothes to suit you?
Firstly, I think it's important to identify your body shape. And a simple way to do that is to take a digital photograph of yourself, print it out, cut it out, look at your proportions. Where's your widest part of your body, your narrowest part? Don't just look at your bust, waist, hip proportion, also look at your shoulder width and the length of your legs.
Oh, it sounds scary.
A lot of science in there.
Hey, we have 4 different shapes to talk about this morning, haven't we? Tell us about the petite body frame. We'll hit that one first.
Petite is exactly as it sounds. It's a delicate frame and very slight, often quite short in stature. For petites, it's very important not to swamp the body. It's a great shape to carry off a very tailored look, but you don't want to also look too lean. So it's good to add a few details, such as, say, ruching on the bust, a subtle print. The other thing with petites, a good length is a knee length, so you've got some length to add in the leg. You always want to make the legs look longer. In this particular style, I've designed a V-neck, and there's a vertical front pleat to add length to the wearer.
Did you design that frock?
Yes, I'm the designer of all these clothes.
Oh,
yeah, did you see Sacha in the green room before with the sewing machine?
That's my design principle, is that I design to flatter people's bodies.
Oh, nice one.
That's beautiful.
Now, next we have the pear-shaped body. So let's work through this one.
Okay, the pear shape is traditionally small shoulders and torso with much more width in the hips and the thighs. So the key thing with the pear shape is to create some balance. Normally, in a pear shape, you try and put all the detail on the top of the body, a very wide neckline or a sleeve detail, and keep it simple on the bottom. However, this time I've turned things upside down. You can go for like a 50s look with a flowing or swooshy skirt that can also mask a big hip and make the most of your petite torso.
See, I was going to ask you about that because I think this dress would be opposite to what you normally should do, but because you have that skimming sort of 50s style skirt...
Yeah, that's what I was going to say too.
That's why it works in this instance.
Carly, I've never ceased to be surprised at putting women's bodies in clothes and how one rule you have for one person might actually change on another body.
Okay.
That's why I presented an alternative today.
Yeah, that's great. Now, we hear a lot about an hourglass figure, which is a pretty nice figure to have, really. Can you explain the hourglass to us?
Oh, the lucky hourglass.
Yeah.
The hourglass has a very curvy frame with the much sought-after narrow waistline and usually a medium shoulder and a fairly medium slim thigh. The only downside of an hourglass is that curves can sometimes look heavy. So what I've tried to achieve in the design of this dress is there's very well-cut panels that elongate the figure. So I'm not cutting off the bust, waist or hip. I'm creating length through panel lines. And also, I've got a bit of breadth across the shoulder with that square neckline. A halter neck will also achieve that as well.
Yeah, that's a
This
fabulous dress.
It's a great dress. However, you've said on the tips there to use colourful prints, right? So
colourful prints can work wonderfully, like in a wrap dress, can mask lots of lumps and bumps, especially in the bottom and the thighs.
All right. I just wanted to say that. I just wanted to contribute, make it sound like I knew what I was talking about.
It's hard for me to narrow down the choice.
Yeah, it's all right. Finally, we have what they call an apple shape. And what are the characteristics of this particular body frame, Sacha?
The apple usually has a broad shoulder, a prominent bust and tummy, and is fairly slim through the hip and the thigh. So, same thing with all design, we're trying to find balance. So usually you're trying to elongate the apple's body. Often you'll use like a deep V neckline. In this case, I've put our lovely apple model in a one shoulder design to elongate her body. You want to create a bit of shape under the bust, but nothing that's going to cling to the tummy area.
Again, that's a great... There ain't too much apple-like about this model, can I say, really? She's not too apple-ish.
I know. We had an unfortunate incident. The Apple model couldn't show up, but I really tried to show you something that illustrates an apple shape. So all you apples out there, don't lose heart. This is the genuine thing.
This will work on a more apple-y kind of shape.
Well, right. I based this one on a really good friend of mine who's a size 18. She wore this dress in red, bright red, to a wedding, and she looked fantastic, and she was the quintessential apple.
All right, ladies, thank you very much. And
was that your former best friend?
No, she's gorgeous.
And it's all right to try something on, then say to your husband or your boyfriend, does my bum look big in this? Do you suggest that way to go? No. Don't ask.
Ask a girlfriend.
Yeah.